Hi everyone, it's Judy here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. Hi, my name's Judy. I create videos on product reviews, makeup tutorials, and lifestyle advice with the aim to entertain, educate, and enrich the lives of everybody who comes through my social media. Wow, you say. If you are someone who has been following me on my channel for a long time, then you'll know I haven't said that intro for many months because, in all honesty, I haven't felt very enriching, very entertaining, and it's certainly not very educational at all in any way, shape, or form in the last 12 months. Maybe I did in brief spurts, but I never actually got it on camera. And so in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys a life update in as much as I possibly can without sharing certain personal details because not everybody needs to know everything about everybody. So in today's video, I'm just going to be putting on makeup as I talk because it gives me something to do. And in all actuality, I am actually getting ready for the day because I've got a photo shoot today. Funny because it's not actually a photo shoot. I'm just gonna get started. It's not a photo shoot from my makeup channel. It's actually a photo shoot for my brand new channel, which is That Foliage Life, and it's a new little venture of mine. I haven't done a life update video for a long time, and part of that is because nothing really interesting was happening, and part of that was also because I didn't really want to talk about what really happened to me in 2020 or in the last 12 months. Part of me used to be, when I first started on YouTube, part of me used to feel like I owed it to my subscribers and to my followers who like to watch my content, that I owed it to you to give a life update. And I suppose that all changed for me in 2020. I kind of grew up a little bit, or life maybe forced me to grow up. Actually, no, I just grew up. I'm almost 30 this year. I realized that I don't have to share everything about my life, and the people who really need to know about me personally and the little personal details of my life are people who are close to me, my family, my friends. And not saying that you guys aren't my friends, but you know what? If I'm being real here, we've never actually met. And I appreciate everyone who watches my content here on my channel, but what you see here in my videos is really all you know about me. So I didn't really feel like I owed it to my wonderful subscribers to update you play by play what was happening to me in 2020. So what this video is kind of a little overall view of what's been going on, okay? I don't know if you've noticed in my videos that I haven't been doing the greatest, especially in my last few videos in last year. I'm just gonna give you a basic, maybe not basic, might get into a few little details here and there. Anyway, why do I feel like I need to say this? It's a life update. If you want to watch it, you'll watch it. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. I suppose why I'm really sharing this is because I have gone through a few things in my life that I know a lot of people have gone through as well. And if you get absolutely anything from this video, anything remotely helpful at all or encouraging, is that to know that you aren't alone, because I know what I've experienced, a lot of people have gone through as well. So with that being said, I've finished my skincare. I suppose I'll just jump into it. Okay, so I did kind of not script this video, but I did write an outline several months ago, in fact, because I wanted to film this video at the beginning of 2021, and I just couldn't bring myself to do that. I wasn't ready to talk about it, and to some extent, maybe now I am. 2020, it was a year where many things happened, and at the same time, didn't happen. I know that year affected a great many people in such a monumental scale, and everyone's experience is real, everyone's experience is valid, and this video is simply my experience of what happened to me in 2020. I'm not saying I had it any worse than anyone. I'm not saying anyone had it any worse than me. It is what it is. Everyone's experience is real. It's not necessarily better or worse than what happened to me. It just is, okay? 2020 started out great. My husband and I, we had a holiday in Queensland. Actually, this starts probably in 2019, kind of. Christmas was a very, very busy period and I needed some time away. So my husband and I booked a holiday to Queensland with my husband's family. And we then spent 2 lovely, lovely weeks with my in-laws. It was a fantastic holiday, everything that I wanted. I had never actually gone away for Christmas, and it was really super nice to be able to get away. around Christmas time, this is the first time I've had a job where I've been able to go away over the Christmas period. And so on the 23rd of December, I worked a 16-hour day in order to get all the catering jobs done, because I'm a chef in case you didn't know, all the jobs done, everything done before I left on my holiday, so I wouldn't leave my workplace in the crap. So worked a very long day that day, and then we headed off to Queensland for a couple of weeks. It was lovely to spend time with the family. We hadn't seen them in a while, and so it was just really, really good to spend time with my in-laws. And we spent Christmas with them as well, which is the first time Nick and I actually spent Christmas with my in-laws' family, because they had moved up to Queensland shortly before we got married. So that happened in December. We were there for a couple of weeks. That brings us into January. January, February, April was kind of non-eventful, other than the fact that Nick and I were renovating this house that I bought. So I don't know if I've done a house tour. I don't think I've done a house tour. I think I've done a house tour of the house before it was renovated, and I might do an updated one soon if that's something that you guys would like to see. So that brings us into April. Renovating the house, it was very, very stressful. If you know me personally, then you'll know that I like to have my house neat and tidy, and during renovations, obviously you can't do that. We had our mattress in the lounge room while we were renovating the bedroom side of the house, and it was just a mess, a really big mess. I felt very stressed and up in the air, and just nothing was where it was supposed to be. Everything was not in its place. That sort of situation really stresses me out. I like to have everything calm and in place and neat and tidy and peaceful. And if you've ever lived in a home while renovating it, then you'll know that that is certainly not the aura of the place during renovations. Not at all. Also, this was more of a DIY type renovation, and so it took time, because between working and just needing time to rest, the house renovations took a time, and it definitely took a toll on my peace. I was just very stressed. Anyway, moving on. I was stressed. I feel like I've been stressed for 12 months solid. Anyway, that brings us into mid-April, where we went into lockdown. And so at this point, my husband and I were saying, oh, okay, well, we'll wait until after renovations are done, and then we'll start trying for a baby. And it was a very exciting time for us. Everything seemed to be going well. We were both busy with our jobs. I was very busy with my job. It's never not busy, to be honest. And so April, May, after one cycle of my, after one cycle, I suppose, the next cycle, I felt pregnant. This was amazing for us. It was amazing for me, because I'd always been afraid that I come from a big family, and I have 2 older sisters who have children, and my mom obviously never had any trouble getting pregnant, because I have 3 brothers and 3 sisters. And I was always afraid that I would be that one sister that couldn't get pregnant. But my fears were unfounded, and after the second cycle of trying, I fell pregnant. We lived in absolute bliss. We were so happy. The house was mostly renovated. Work was busy, work was going well, except for COVID. So this was around the first round of first lockdowns. But for us, life hadn't really changed, other than the fact that we couldn't go anywhere. I was pregnant, but life was good, other than lockdown. Life was good for us, and we were very blessed to be in that type of situation where not much really had changed for us during COVID, during the first lockdown of COVID anyway. So obviously this was during the first lockdown of COVID. Work was busy. People were panic buying. It was insane. And so along with the fact that work was really busy, we had to cut the hours of all our casual staff, which was unfortunate, but it's just the way it went for small businesses with casuals. We just didn't have them. And so the skeleton staff who were working, the core, I should say, the spinal staff, I shouldn't say skeleton, because we were literally spinal staff working during this period. Obviously we had to pick up the slack of the casuals who weren't being scheduled on to work around this time. And so in the first 6 weeks of my pregnancy, I was working really hard. And don't get me wrong, I love my job and I work hard all the time, but this was next level. I wasn't stressed. Oh, I was probably stressed with work, and I'm not gonna blame whatever happened next on work or anything like that. It's just, it is what it is, and this is what was happening at the time. And so 6 weeks into my pregnancy, which brought us into June, think it was June, around about June. It's all kind of, timeline's kind of foggy for me because it was a bit of a traumatic time. Around June, I lost my baby. I'm 1 in 4 women who experience miscarriages. I know it's very common. I didn't realize just how common until I had experienced it myself. It wasn't a extremely physically painful experience. It just felt like a really, really bad period. And during this time, I had the ultrasounds, and I had the first ultrasound, and I started spotting at that time. The lady who did the ultrasound couldn't find a heartbeat, but she explained it to me as saying, your baby's still very, very little. Give it a chance to grow. It doesn't have a heartbeat yet. So I'm like, okay. So she said, come back in 2 weeks. In those 2 weeks, I miscarried the baby. And then after those 2 weeks, I had another ultrasound. I knew I'd lost the baby, but I kind of wanted to go anyway, just to confirm that there was nothing left inside my reproductive system that shouldn't be there. The second ultrasound confirmed I had lost the baby. And they said, if there's anything good you can take away from this, it's that everything inside there looks fine. There's nothing wrong with you inside. It just, sometimes these things just happen. Those weren't their exact words. They were a lot more comforting than I'm coming across right now, but it's just one of those things that I haven't actually really talked about out loud, I suppose. And so, as you could imagine, my husband and I were shattered. I had at this point already announced to my family that we were expecting a baby, and then I had to go through the heartbreaking experience of telling them that we had lost a baby. My sisters, my 2 older sisters, were extremely supportive. So blessed to have them. My older sister has also experienced a miscarriage, and so she was really sympathetic, I suppose. She knew exactly what I was going through. And and so anyway, I'm gonna skip forward a little bit later. I actually miscarried the baby during a dinner party that I was hosting with some friends here in my home, and they didn't know that that's what I was experiencing. Literally while we were having dinner, I lost my baby. If you are one of those friends, I'm sorry if I've fallen off the radar and you're watching this. I'm sorry. I don't know. It's just one of those experiences that's really difficult for me to talk about with a lot of emotion. If I'm coming across as emotional and it's something that I'm just talking about matter-of-factly, it's because if I do allow myself to feel too much while I'm talking about this, then this video will not happen. Hey guys, so future editing Judy here. I've been trying for a couple of weeks to edit this video and my software kept on crashing and I really struggled with it, so I left it for a bit because I was just getting way too frustrated with it. So what I decided to do is cut this video in half. If you'd like to see part 2, stay tuned for that video next Sunday. And yeah, I'm really sorry I had to cut it into 2 videos, but it's the only way that this video will happen. So that's why I had to make it 2 parts. If you watched it up till here, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your love, your support, and just for hearing me out and just listening and caring enough about me to watch this video. And if these kinds of videos are not for you, then obviously you don't have to watch it. I will be back with more makeup content very, very soon. And again, if you guys have any requests at all for videos, please leave them in the comments. I always want to hear what you guys have to say. I'm kind of struggling a little bit at the moment with filming for my makeup channel because I just don't know what people want to see anymore, and the views have been down, and I'm just up in the air a little bit with my makeup channel. But my plant channel, on the other hand, is going really well. But yeah, anyway, that's all I'm going to say for now. Thanks guys for watching. I shall see you in next week's video.